All right, hello everyone. Today I will be reading from Deuteronomy chapter 8. Okay. All the commandments which I command thee this day shall ye observe to do, that ye may live and multiply, and go in and possess the land which the Lord sware unto your fathers. And thou shalt remember all the way which the Lord thy God led thee these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble thee and to prove thee, to know what was in thine heart, whether thou wouldest keep his commandments or no. And he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger, and fed thee with manna, which thou knewest not, neither did thy fathers know, that he might make thee know that man doeth not live by bread only, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Lord man doeth live. Thy remnant waxed not old upon thee, neither did thy foot swell these 40 years. Thou shalt also consider in thine heart that as a man chasteneth his son, so the Lord thy God chasteneth thee. Therefore thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways and to fear him. For the Lord thy God bringeth thee into a good land, a land of brooks of waters, of fountains and depths that spring out of the valleys and hills, a land of wheat and barley, and vines and fig trees and pomegranates, a land of oil, olive, and honey, a land wherein thou shalt eat bread without scarceness. Thou shalt not lack anything in it, a land whose stones are iron, and out of whose hills thou mayest dig brass. When thou have eaten and art full, then thou shalt bless the Lord thy God for the good land which he has given thee. Beware that you forget not the Lord thy God in keeping his commandments and his judgment and his statutes, which I have commanded thee this day. Lest when thou hast eaten and art full, and hast built goodly houses and dwell therein, and when thy herds and thy flocks multiply, and thy silver and thy gold is multiplied, and all that thou hast is multiplied, then thine heart be lifted up, and thou forget the Lord thy God, which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage, who led thee through that great and terrible wilderness, wherein were fiery serpents and scorpions and drought, where there was no water, who brought thee forth water out of the rock of flint, who led thee in the wilderness with manna, which thy fathers knew not, that he might humble thee, and that he might prove thee to do thee good at thy latter end. And thou say in thy heart, my power and the might of my hand has gotten me this wealth. But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth, that he may establish his covenant which he sware unto thy fathers, as it is this day. And it shall be if thou do at all forget the Lord thy God, and walk after other gods, and serve them and worship them, I testify against you this day that ye shall surely perish, as the nations which the Lord destroy before your face. So shall ye perish, because ye would not be obedient unto the voice of the Lord your God. So basically, this is Deuteronomy chapter 8, and the Lord gave me this, led me to this today, and I believe that it is confirming in my heart what he has been saying this whole time, that he's getting ready to prepare a place, that he has prepared a place for us, and we're getting ready to enter into this place of blessings. We're getting ready to enter into the land of milk and honey, and that when we do enter into this place, that we forget not the things that God has done for him, and that we remember that we do not live by these things alone that the Lord is going to bless and increase us in, but we live by every word that proceedeth out of his mouth. And that we just take we just be very mindful that when we are blessed and we are multiplied, that we do not forget the trials and the tribulations and the things that God has brought us through. And he said he led us through that great and terrible wilderness, wherein were fiery serpents and scorpions and drought, where there was no water, who brought thee forth water out of the rock. So he just does not want us to enter into this place and to forget him and forget the covenant that we made with him during those dry seasons and those hard and pressing times, that we just keep that in mind and be very mindful of those things. Because I know when I was going through those things, it was very difficult, and it did seal in my heart, help me to understand how to follow God, how to trust God, and how to just abide in his ways. So the Lord does not want us to forget that. We didn't go through all those things to just forget about who God is and what he's done for us. So as we enter into this place, let us always be mindful that we do not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God.